Hi, and welcome to your reading for April the 13th through April the 19th. And I'm sorry I've been away. I have not been well. I have been ill with this virus, and the recovery has been extremely slow. I get exhausted very easily. Anyway, I am Mary Trimble, your astrologer and tarot card reader, here with your readings. And I'm doing this a little differently. I'm doing it off screen because it would take too long to style myself. I just need to get these out. I need to get these out, darling. But I'm also going to talk specifically about your astrological horoscope for Gemini. So I'm making it a little more detailed in terms, of being applicable to you. These are for your sun, moon, and rising, guys, these readings. So take what resonates, leaves the rest. And all the links to the other videos will be below. Sometimes it takes me a minute or two to get them up, but do that. And at the end of the reading, there will be a link to the playlist for April, and all the videos before this will be in it. And they will, as I record and upload to YouTube, more will be in there. So check that out. Okay, I'm also going to put a link to the meditation that I created for this coronavirus, and please take advantage of that. If you're interested in personal readings, the link to that will be below. My Patreon page and my astrology Facebook group, how to join that, will be below too. Okay, so this is for Gemini. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Gemini for April the 13th through the 19th? 3 cards. Is that 2 more cards for Gemini, please? 2. There's 1 more card for Gemini, please. 1 more. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, and we are going. Look, that's interesting. I think that's very poignant. We've got the Wheel of Fortune just came up like that, so I'm going to include that in your reading too. I think that's apropos. And let's go to the clarifying cards. What's really interesting for you guys is you have Venus traveling through your sign. Venus is in Gemini, and Venus is really, it's in your first house, it's in your sign, so you are looking pretty, darling. Venus traveling through your sign always makes you look and feel attractive. Okay, let's the 5 of Wands. Let's clarify the 5 of Wands for Gemini. There it is. Very interesting. And please clarify the Empress. There it is. And please clarify the Chariot. Okay. You have 4 major arcanas. So that is very life-changing, just to say that anyway. And we have, what's really interesting, darling, you have Pluto traveling through your house of transformation, like, death and rebirth, and you've got Jupiter. So all traveling through your house of transformation, the 8th house. Now, Pluto is about to go retrograde, I think, on the 25th, Wednesday the 25th, so it's slowing down, ready to change directions. And when that slows down, the symbolism becomes very pronounced and amplified for Pluto. So, and then you've got Jupiter right next to it, conjunct, and Jupiter's about bigger, better, more. So whatever's going on will be expanded. I just want to say that for your horoscope, your astrological horoscope. And you have Neptune and the moon conjunct in your house of what's the word I'm looking for? Career, profession. So there's some cloudiness, and there's some, maybe somebody could be a bit deceptive, but you've got the moon there. So the moon is going to give you some kind of this is a perfect time to kind of do something spiritual, because Neptune can be very spiritual, right? And the moon is very magnetic, and the two together are very intuitive. So you could be really tuned in on, it's like you can almost see what's happening. It's like your soul see what's happening. Don't ignore your intuition. Sometimes we ignore it. Don't ignore your intuition. It's very important to trust your intuition. And I will say that the sun is moving into your house of your 12th house, right? So that's a very dark house. So the sun is it's the house of unconsciousness. And you've also got Uranus traveling through that house. So you are kind of getting epiphanies. It's, this, the sun lights up the darkness. So it's bringing life into this very deep and intense house. It's the 12th house is also, known as the spiritual house. And it's also about, as I said, the unconscious. So I feel that you are going to have some epiphanies. The unconscious is going to come into the consciousness. And as the sun moves into your 12th house on the 19th. Now, of course, it depends on your natal chart as to really how these transits are affecting you personally, but this is a general horoscope, astrological horoscope for you. So now you also have the ruler of your house, which is Mercury, in your 11th house of publicity, right? Of being, it's like brilliant ideas. It's about communicating with friends and family and the public, and very good to do things online. So this is beautiful. Now, Venus is moving through your sign, as I said before, and Venus is also about finances, right, as well as beauty and relationship. And it is in a beautiful relationship to Mars, which is in your house of adventure and spirituality and travel. And we can't travel right now, right? So most of us can't travel at the moment. So I would say that there's some kind of, I think it's kind of a spiritual awakening that you are getting right now, and you really want to move forward. And it's really about, I'm really thinking that meditation will really benefit you at this time, Gemini. Now, the first card out for you is the 5 of Wands. And it's, this is conflict, right? Now, this can be internal conflict, which a lot of us are feeling, but this can also be conflict within the home. If you are, being quarantined with, a loved one or family, whatever's going on with you, this is like bickering, right? It's kind of annoying. It's very kind of frustration, and this can be cabin fever. Listen, this is important to be creative in how you are, how you're working together with others, and if you're alone and you are quarantined alone, this is a time to meditate, to go within, to calm that busy mind that's just going around and around, all different kinds of scenarios, and this could be really good. Look, we all kind of we're all going through a little bit of this, the 5 of Wands, internally or externally. It's like 1 minute we're hopeful, the next minute we're not, and it's because it's uncertain times, right? We're in a transitional stage, so we can go from feeling optimistic to feeling depressed, and it's the end of times, and it's the beginning of something new. We can vacillate between these two paradigms. So this is important to handle this creatively. So if you are alone, then meditate and perhaps exercise, repeat positive affirmations, whatever you need to do. And if you are with others, you have to find, this is like everybody chattering, no one hearing each other. So you've got to find a way, a creative way for people to, hear each other. You can give someone, the talking stick and pass it around, so everyone has to be quiet while the other person says how they feel. I mean, you can do that. That's a Native American way of, being in a teepee, and they get the talking stick or the smoking pipe, and then they talk and they say, look, for instance, I am Mary and I will speak, and when you finished, I am Mary and I have spoken, and do a little ritual like that. I mean, that's just an example. You can do whatever you want, but it's just an example of, finding, it's not about anyone being in control, but it's about finding a way that everyone can be equal and get their feelings out in a safe space. And clarifying the Five of Pentacles is the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups, it's like, here I come. No, this is not here I come. So this is like a gift of love. This is love. Love coming in. This is, also intuition. It can be intuition, but this is like love coming from a place of love, expressing love here, right? Come from a place, give the gift of love to everybody. Sometimes we don't feel like that, but this is a time to express that love and to be appreciative for our loved ones, to appreciate them in a way that we haven't before, because people are, a lot of people are dying, a lot of people are going, and it's a very sad time for a lot of people. And I've been saying this, in some of the other, we have to kind of look for the gratitude in our moments. And as difficult as that can be at times, it's like, put your head out the window, smell that fresh, clean air. Mother Nature is rejuvenating during this time. There's, some people are dying, but Mother Nature is recouping from it. I'm sure we're going to have another baby boom after this too, possibly. Now, the next card out is the Empress, right? And the Empress, she's the divine feminine. She is Venus, right? Moving through your sign. She is creativity. She's abundance. This is, she's Mother Nature, she's Gaia. So we have to be, I took my dog for a walk, and there's all these, every year they plant these daffodils, and they come up and they last a week or two. And they've been out there over a month now, right? And they're strong and beautiful and resilient. People aren't walking over them. The kids aren't throwing balls into them. They're not, they're not running through them, or people aren't picking them to take home. They are just there doing their thing. I've always said that for me, I love to see flowers growing. I don't want the flowers picked in a vase. I mean, as pretty as they are, people have given me flowers, and I'm very grateful and I love them. But given the choice, I'd rather not cut them. I mean, I'd rather them live their life through to the end fully. Now, the next card up, clarifying the Empress, which is the number 3, which reminds me of Jupiter, right? The number 3, bigger, expansion, right? Jupiter's expansion. And you have, clarifying it, you have the 8 of Pentacles. And the 8 of Pentacles is about learning everything you can. So listen, one of the things that you can do during this pandemic is to study, right? I know that, look, you have this Neptune going through your house of career and profession. And so there's been some kind of fogginess there. There's not been much clarity there. Things are kind of uncertain, and there may have been some deception there, because Neptune is the planet, can be the planet of deception, illusion, or delusion, right? So you may be seeing things askewed with that. So this is a time to study, maybe go back to school, study something new, a new language, or something you've always wanted to study. And there's all these incredible online courses that you can take, and take this time, enjoy it. People are freaking out, but this is really a time to kind of be insular and really take advantage of this time that you would not normally get, that you would have to go out and work every day. Some people are working every day, I have to say, but there's an opportunity here to learn something completely new. And look, he is like the apprentice, right? This is the apprentice card. And he is really focused on his creativity, his craft. So sometimes this means really fine-tuning and honing in on what you're doing for a living. This is a time to really become the master, if you will. Now, the next card out is the chariot, right? And the chariot is ruled by Cancer. And this is about determination. So this is, look, the thing, and there's a moon in this, right? The chariot is all about being determined, being tenacious, just focusing on the moment and the next step. And this will end in triumph. That's what the chariot is about. It's about a difficult journey coming to an end triumphantly through determination, through tenacity, through just doing, keep going, just keep going, just keep on going, right? It's, you know, the British saying, it reminds me of, keep calm and carry on. And this is light and dark forces, right? And it's about laser focus. It's about keeping your eye on the prize, and don't lose your focus during this time. Stay in the moment as much as possible. And you have, clarifying the chariot is the tower. And nobody likes the tower, but we're all kind of going through the tower right now. A lot of us. The tower is things are coming down. This can mean that, you know, you've lost a job, and, you know, that's, you know, let's face it. You know, that's what most of us have done. We've lost work, we've lost jobs. People don't have the money necessarily to purchase things. So we have been affected. And this is about the tower coming down. And this is coming down because it needs to be rebuilt. So maybe you've been in a profession that it's not feeding your soul, perhaps. And that's why you have to kind of learn something new, right? Something creative, something new. She's about creativity and abundance. She's, you know, I feel that we're going to find new ways to exist in this world. And this is about, you know, everything breaking down, right? But during this breakdown, things are going to be okay in the end. And it just reminds me of that old adage I always say, you know, everything's okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. You will be triumphant, Gemini, even though it feels very tower-like, like everything's falling apart and, you know, the tower's coming down. But what is actually happening is that the old paradigm is ending and new beginnings are here. And you just have to focus on your creating something wonderful and new to go forward, but just keep your eye on it, keep focused. And look, I told you that this is coming in because you've got the Wheel of Fortune. So with the tower coming down, the wheel is going to start to come up for you. Slowly but surely. You've just got to keep on going. Things are going to get better. The Wheel of Fortune is forever turning. It turns and turns, and when, you know, it goes up, it goes down. So it's down right now, right? And it's ready to come up in your direction. And you have to make this happen. You have to create something wonderful. Keep your mind on creating something incredible. Learn something new. how can you improve your life right now? So Gemini, thank you so much for tuning in. Oh, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And mwah, I love you all, and I'll see you next week.